All right, now at Foxborough Rush, Lucy Burdge of Odyssey. You could also catch her on BETQL, BetMGM as well. It's Wild Card weekend, so we had to bring her back on the show to give us the best bets. But, Lucy, I want to start with the whole Jerod Mayo fired, Robert Kraft bringing down that cold hammer, the cold justice of business. What do you think of it as someone that's spent a lot of time in Boston and in New England, of how this all went down for the Patriots?
Yes, well, I will say I was not surprised by this happening.
Yeah.
I did say a couple weeks ago, I said, you know what, he will not be the head coach. I was like, prediction, he will not be the head coach of the Patriots next season. Yeah. And lo and behold, he is not, but did not think it would happen this quickly. Like, the game ends, and then immediately, well, first of all, I had the Patriots to cover the spread, plus 3.5, because I figured they needed to lose that game, of course. They were going to mess this up, and they were going to play themselves out of
they royally messed it up.
They did. They messed it up. So, the events leading up to that game, like Jelani Tavai saying fans need to know their place and everything like that, there was just a very dark aura around the team.
Yeah.
And it felt very much like this was the end for Jerod Mayo. But for it to immediately happen, it really spoke volumes about when Robert Kraft made this decision, which he said in that press conference was months ago. But I think what sealed the whole thing was that they won that game. So first win for Jerod Mayo, Gatorade bath. Final game, also a win, fired. What a bookend dichotomy this season.
First game beat the Bengals. That ends up keeping Cincy out of the playoffs.
Right.
And that win kept the Patriots from the number one overall pick.
Crazy.
Isn't that funny how life works?
Take them to the hill, huh?
How life works.
Okay,
it's
so
amazing.
Jerod Mayo's old news, yesterday's paper. Let's talk about the new coach.
Yes.
Would you prefer Vrabes or Ben Johnson?
Ooh, your guy, Ben Johnson.
Well, yes.
Lions fan here.
Yeah, definitely. My guy, Ben Johnson, of course. However, for the Patriots, Vrabel, but with Antonio Pierce being fired, perhaps, could Tom Brady and the Raiders swoop in? And they hire Mike Vrabel away from Robert Kraft, who I think made this decision about Jerod Mayo
because of Mike Vrabel.
He saw, he's interviewing with the Jets. I need to take action here and not let this guy go, because what he said about Vrabel and like, this could be our guy. He said this about Jerod Mayo where he didn't want to let him go. So, and then he hired him, and look how that turned out. But I think this time they're going to interview Ben Johnson. They're going to interview more candidates, but I think Vrabel's the guy.
George, all the greats in any sport, all the GOATs are petty. Tom Brady, does he have a level of championship pettiness where he wants to swoop in and just screw the Patriots?
Can you imagine if Tom Brady hires Mike Vrabel for the Raiders, right?
Yes.
Imagine he does that. And then later that season, Robert Kraft is unveiling the Tom Brady statue.
I don't think there will be a statue. Perhaps he will halt construction of the statue.
Oh,
man. And I don't think Brady would care. I think Brady has moved on. Brady, I think petty is not. Brady does not care. His ex-wife is having a baby with her jiu-jitsu instructor. I don't think he cares about anything else.
Patriots host the Raiders in 2025.
That is okay. So could that be
the day you unveil Tom Brady's statue? Raiders are at Gillette.
Yep.
Mike Vrabel, head coach of the Raiders. Raiders beat the Patriots. I'm chalking that up as a win right now.
Whoever's making that statue, I hope it's not the person that did the sketch in the courtroom.
This is
true. Or the Cristiano Ronaldo statue.
Yes,
this is true.
Or the Dwayne Wade statue.
That was also
all
really
these
bad.
People,
James
keep
Earl
them away
Jones.
from Brady's statue.
Really bad. Also, alternate universe. Perhaps this could happen where Brady, I don't know why he would do this, but it would be a little funny. Like, for comedy's sake, he hires Jerod Mayo as the head coach of the Raiders. He's like, you know what?
Tom is serious about winning.
Well, this is
and nothing we saw from the Patriots head coach this last season leads to winning.
No, not at all. But he sits him down and he's like, you know what? We have to make the playoffs. Like, we are on a mission for spite. Seinfeld returning the suit for spite. He is hiring Jerod Mayo for spite. He's like, Brady was talented. This is different.
Seinfeld, Jerod Mayo goes Costanza. Where Brady goes, what would you do? Jerod goes this, and he goes opposite.
Brady has the most hands-on involvement with the Raiders, and Jerod Mayo is the coach, but Brady is actually like behind all of it, and they make the playoffs, and the Patriots do not, perhaps, next season. So it would be getting back at Robert Kraft, but I think the better way to get back at Robert Kraft, if you're Tom Brady, is to hire Mike Vrabel.
Yeah. I think it's a better, more conducive towards overall healthy winning and culture.
It would be for conversation's sake. It'd be like, wait, what are you doing?
Would not want Jerod.
You would keep track of that team, wouldn't you?
I just wouldn't want Jerod Mayo anywhere near my building. That's
it would be a dark day. But it's sad.
We're talking 2026 playoffs in this scenario. Let's talk 2025.
Yeah. Yes.
Wild card weekend coming up. First game is, of course, Saturday, 4:30 kickoff. That'll be the Chargers and Texans, but not talk about that game in particular. What's a bet you like coming up on this weekend?
Yes, I have a few bets that I love.
Give me your number one.
Okay, number one is Commanders +3. I
Yeah.
am all over Washington for this.
Okay.
I think this is going to be a close game. The
Yeah.
Buccaneers are averaging just one more point scored per game than the Commanders. So I think this will be a close game. As Todd Bowles admitted, the Commanders are a better team now than week 1 when the Buccaneers beat them by quite a bit. So I think Commanders +3. I like that very much. I will say, going back and forth on that one because I had the Buccaneers to win the division and they did. And now, but now I like the Commanders a bit more. I think with this being perhaps a close game, 2 points, 1 point, Commanders +3.
And we've seen Jaden Daniels in close games.
Yep.
Pull through clutch time,
Nails.
especially.
Yep.
So I like them catching 3, that field goal number.
Yep, I like that a lot. I also was going back. I've heard differing opinions on this one with it being such a big spread in this game, but I am landing on the Ravens -10 against the Steelers. Steelers have hit a bit of a skid. They have lost their last 4. The Ravens have won their last 4. So I am going to put my faith in the Ravens here to win.
Okay.
I'm going to say by 2 touchdowns. The Ravens win by 2 touchdowns over the Steelers, so I'm going to take -10.
I already know you have the Lions winning the whole shebang-a-bang.
I do.
All I want to
The
know
whole
from
Super
you is who makes you nervous? Who holds your ticket in their hands? And you're like, oh, if the Lions play this team, they could be in trouble.
Yes. Well, in the NFC, so the NFC Championship game, the Eagles would make me a little bit nervous because they are, of course, very hot right now, and I do have them to cover -4.5 in this weekend. But when it comes to the Super Bowl, the Chiefs are just the team of destiny every year. Will they three-peat? There are times when you're like, yeah, of course they are. No matter what, no matter how there's a dip in the game and you're like, oh, maybe they won't win. They do. So the Chiefs, but my Super Bowl matchup is Bills-Lions. So the Bills make me...
though.
Yes. Yeah. So the Bills and a blue. The colors would both be blue. That's my favorite color. So obviously I would love that. All of the logo would maybe not be blue, but the rest of the gear, it would just be like a sea of beautiful colors. Honolulu blue and then the Bills blue as well. But Josh Allen, not just the blue, but Josh Allen as well, very talented. And when you watch him play, you're like, if there was any Superman, if there's any year for another team to take down the Chiefs, it's the Bills' year and they can do it now. So the Bills, I think, scare me right now a little bit more than the Chiefs do.
Wow.
Good D-line, too. I mean, the Chiefs' offensive line's terrible. And
that's
to me, eventually, the football gods got to look down on you and be like, if you don't win at the line of scrimmage, especially offensive line wise, you're not going to win. That's how Brady and the Buccaneers beat Mahomes and the Chiefs in the Super Bowl.
Exactly. Shaq Barrett and all them boys were getting at him.
Awful offensive line by the Chiefs. So, all right, I like this. You have the teams that scare you. You talk about the Bills. You talk about the Eagles. You mentioned, of course, as well, going with the Commanders and that as a dog. What's one more game you got wild card weekend for?
Yes, so I have Eagles -4.5, and I like this
Eagles
a lot
because
I'm not worried about any concussion protocol for Hurts. I'm not worried about that. The Eagles are rolling.
Yeah.
The Packers, during the season, you think, the Packers are pretty good. They're not so hot right now. They've lost their last 2, and they haven't covered in their last 2 games. So Eagles -4.5 is my third bet for the weekend. So I'm excited about that one too.
Making money.
Eagles secondary is really good.
Yep.
And Jordan Love makes mistakes. You're a huge Jared Goff fan. I'm a huge Jordan Love fan.
Okay.
But what does Jared Goff do? Takes care of the football on top, making great decisions. Jordan Love isn't there yet. I like that. 4.5. A little steep of a number, but you know what?
That's the thing.
Maybe combine a little teaser action.
Could do that. Could very well do
George, do you have the Lions winning it? I don't even think
I have
asked
Eagles.
you.
I have Eagles.
Okay, you have
Ooh,
Eagles.
no
Okay.
way. Okay.
This Aaron Glenn, man, good defensive coordinator. This Lions defense somehow keeps showing up.
Yeah.
But I just love the construct of the Eagles.
Okay.
All right.
Dude, Jordan Mailata, Lane Johnson, 2 great tackles. You got a good run game. You have elite receivers. You have a good quarterback that has experience.
Yeah.
Yep.
Say what you want about it. I don't trust Nick Sirianni, but it's his Vic Fangio defense.
Okay.
They can rush 4. 2 good corners, play well on the back end.
Okay.
If you can get to the quarterback or get the job done, only bringing 3 or 4, that helps. And the Eagles have the experience, man.
You already know this about me. I have a Lions ticket.
You're nervous
Both
about
of
it.
you
We
know,
love
and
Lions.
I am the opposite of Lucy. I am nervous about everyone.
I am scared that the Lions are going to lion in the sense that sometimes they do kind of fall apart, and you're like, wait, where was the team against the Bills, and where was the team that showed up in other games that they played better and
It's
they
the
looked
Lions.
great. However, every year they get a little bit better. So this could be the year that they finally get through, and Dan Campbell's Lions make it.
The one one thing I give the Lions, it's the teams that failed the year before learned from it and
Correct.
moved forward. Dan Campbell learned something in that second half against the
Yep.
49ers
Yes, he did.
last year in the NFC Championship game. Hopefully applies in the big moments we've seen throughout the season. Something special about the offense. The
Yes.
defense worries me. So.
Yes, well, that was one of the reasons, too, why the thinking that, Jerod Mayo will be back next season is because Dan Campbell, as a rookie head coach, was not so great.
Yeah.
But that cited those, and then there was a stark turn where it's like, nope, Jerod Mayo's gone.
Well, and Dan Campbell was coaching 2010 up to, when was his first season? 2021?
Yes.
He had
'cause it
interim
was
experience, associate head coach
had some
experience.
experience.
He had
a
experience.
lot of experience.
And this is why
Jerod didn't have it, and that matters.
Vrabel would be perfect because
A lot of
circling
experience.
back to that,
11
experience,
years in the NFL.
they
as a
better
head coach.
hire someone with experience.
And he's
because
a
I don't-
Patriot, damn it.
He's a Patriot
The
Hall of
Patriot
Famer.
way.
Right.
She's Lucy Burdge. He's Travis Thomas. Lucy, thanks for coming back on Foxborough Rush.
thank you
Always
so
good
much.
having you.
Thank
Good
you
luck
so
to your Lions as well.
Thank you very much.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Make sure wherever you get your podcasts, please like, subscribe, download, rate, and review. And if you're watching on Netson's YouTube page, hit the subscribe button as well. That's all for Foxborough Rush. We'll see you guys next time. Have a good one, everyone.